Imagine, my friends, what will happen when that hero dies and returns as a demon. That hero's name is Galan, and this is where our story begins. We see 5 heroes who have been fighting the demon emperor Somolus for 5 long years. After countless sacrifices, the Great War finally comes to an end. The demon emperor falls to the ground, bloodied and battered. But this victory comes at a heavy price for the 5 heroes. Then their names appear one by one. Faye of the Iron Fortress, Phaya of the Celestial Bow, Miriv, the Peerless Knight, Sofka, the Sage of the Holy Light, and finally, their master, Gelong. Gelong kneels beside an injured hero, trying desperately to heal her. But another hero warns him, "Master Gelong, stop! It's no use. That wound came from the Demon Emperor's final strike. You don't have enough strength left to heal her." Gelong snaps angrily, "Be quiet!" The wounded hero weakly smiles and says, "Stop, please. Don't try to save me." Tears form in Gelong's eyes as she wipes them and whispers, "My time has come." The other heroes cry out, "But we won! We promised that all 5 of us would return together." Sofka quietly says, "The war is over." But suddenly a dreadful voice echoes, the demon emperor's voice. "Yes, it's my voice, and these are my final words. I will end this majestic battle." The heroes look around and realize their bodies are covered in the demon emperor's blood and flesh. He laughs and says, "Anyone who kills me becomes part of me. You have now been absorbed into my body." The heroes stare in horror at their own forms. Gelong glances at his right arm and sees it turning demonic. He mutters, "Absorb and merge. This can't be." The demon emperor corrects him, "No, I call it evolution." Gelong's right arm is now completely demonic. He tries to resist it, trembling with rage. The demon emperor says, "Gelong, you defeated me, and now you shall become my new body." The other 4 heroes scream in pain as demonic energy courses through them. The demon emperor taunts them, "Every life on this earth will be destroyed with your help, especially yours, the strongest of all humans." Gelong's brother, one of the heroes, shouts, "Gelong!" and desperately tries to tear the demonic blood off his body. "It's better to die by your hands than to become this demon's puppet." The demon mocks, "Erase that thought, Gelong. Don't make the mistake of killing your own brother, your last living family." But his brother yells, "You're doing nothing. I can't endure this any longer." Gelong's bloody sword shakes as he points it toward his brother. The demon emperor sneers, "Don't let this tragedy happen, brother killing brother." His brother asks softly, "Why is your sword trembling? Can't you do it?" Gelong's eyes turn cold. He thrusts his sword forward, piercing his brother's chest. As blood spills, his brother whispers into Gelong's ear, "Only a merciless, ruthless warrior like you, Gelong, truly deserves power." Tears fill Gelong's eyes. "My brother," he whispers. His brother performs his final spell, innate sealing ability, seas of blood and mountains of corpses. This magic ensures that every soul Gelong kills will increase his strength forever. Gelong's demonic arm finally stabilizes under his control. Then a female hero cries out, "Commander Gelong, don't let Miravis's sacrifice go to waste." Her brother also says, "I entrust my sister and myself to you. Do what you must." With a shattered heart, Gelong kills them both and then turns his rage on the demon inside him. Power surges through him again, and his right arm becomes fully human under his control. He lowers his head, breathing heavily. The demon emperor laughs. "What's the point? 3 lives for such a small gain. Even with that, you've only freed your right hand." Gelong raises his sword toward the sky and shouts, "To destroy you, one hand is enough." Then, in a shocking act, he cuts off his own right hand. The demon emperor scowls. "You think cutting off your arm will solve everything?" He smirks, and the severed demon hand catches Gelong's sword mid-air and crushes it. Gelong stares in disbelief. "My holy sword, Sura, how could it be destroyed?" The demon emperor laughs wildly. "In this world, nothing can harm my invincible body now." Gelong falls to his knees, exhausted. He whispers, "Do you think I need a sword to kill myself?" Then he plunges his hand into his own chest and crushes his own heart. "Gelong, what have you done?" the demon emperor screams. Silence fills the battlefield. The demon mutters, "I underestimated you. You were born only to fight, to kill, to bleed till your last breath. Is this truly my end?" Gelong kneels motionless, thinking, "I haven't completely destroyed the demon clan, and I couldn't protect the ones I wanted to save." He exhales his last breath and dies. The demon emperor whispers one final time, "What a pity." Blood covers the battlefield, and amid it lies Gelong's lifeless body. 5 years later, under the pale moonlight, deep in a beautiful forest, a chief demon bows before an altar. "Oh, my lord demon emperor, you are gone. It's been 5 long years without you." Another demon asks, "Chief, what are you talking about? What are we doing tonight?" The chief snaps, "You foolish demon! You don't even know what night this is?" Hundreds of demons are gathered around. The confused demon mutters, "All I know is you told me to capture one of our clan's demons and 4 girls." The chief growls, "If you don't know, then keep quiet and stand in line." He raises his weapon and announces, "Tonight marks the 5th anniversary of our Lord, the Demon Emperor. O Lord, who created us." He draws his blade, forces 4 girls to kneel with their hands tied behind them, and declares, "I will remember this day. I will prove that the new generation of demons has not forgotten your sacrifice. Now let the ceremony begin." With one swift motion, he beheads all 4 girls. The demons cheer and rejoice at the gruesome sight. The chief turns and says, "Next we must sacrifice one of our own clan members to honor our Lord." Among the crowd, a weak-looking demon is dragged forward, but we, the viewers, know who he really is. The confused demon wakes up slowly. "Where am I? Weren't we all dead?" The chief kicks him in the face. "Don't move, you worthless demon. You're the weakest of our kind. You don't even deserve a name." The weak demon thinks, "A demon?" As memories flash before his eyes, he looks around at the demons surrounding him. The chief says, "You'll be sacrificed here tonight. It's an honor. You're useless for anything else." He swings his blade down, but the weak demon easily dodges. The chief snarls, "Why did you move? You're ruining everything." He grins darkly and attacks again, but in an instant his hand is severed and he falls to his knees in pain. He stares in horror. Was that on purpose? The weak demon looks down coldly and says, "Are you so insane that you can't even recognize me anymore?" The chief's eyes widen in shock. You're Gelong?"
It then shifts to a scene from the past, where the current chief demon is shown working on a board under his master's command. Suddenly, his master gets angry, hits him, and yells, "What are you doing here? Go back to your work, you useless fool." We see that the chief demon and many workers are all working together. The chief demon tells them, "Put in more effort. The 4 masters are watching you." Soon, it's revealed that those 4 demons are planning a large-scale attack. In the year 312, the demon clan pretended to launch a land invasion, but instead struck from the sea, catching humans off guard. Their goal was to destroy the human naval defense line in one surprise assault. Massive sea monsters and the 4 demon clan generals appeared together in battle. But then, we learn that only one human arrived in time to stop them, someone already known to us. The Grand Healer of the Sect of Mercy, honorary professor at the Royal Academy, Gelong. The scene cuts to the demon commanding his army, shouting, "Obey my order!" His name is revealed to be the demonic king of ruin and peerless spellcrafter, Kalisa. Gelong draws his sword and defeats all the demon kings in a fierce battle, though the chief demon barely escapes, badly wounded. Everyone else is dead, except for one survivor, the demon emperor Master Shu, the same one shown fighting in the opening scene. The landscape turns to ruin. Bodies of demons, sea monsters, and fallen allies litter the battlefield. The chief demon staggers away, broken and bloodied. Then the story returns to the present, revealing that everything we just saw was playing inside the chief demon's mind. Suddenly, Gelong tears himself free from the chief demon's body. Gelong realizes in shock, "So I've been reborn, but all my abilities have reset to 0. His power levels appear, each at level 1. At once, the demons attack him, shouting, "Kill him!" But with a single strike, Gelong annihilates them. He mutters, "These followers are too weak. Even after taking the souls of 9 demons, my strength has increased only a little." His level now shows as level 9. He realizes that the same ability he had before dying in his past life still exists. The more souls he destroys, the stronger he becomes. The remaining small insect-like demons tremble with fear, but Gelong swiftly kills them too. Then he notices the bodies of 4 girls, hides them carefully, and looks at himself. As he begins to heal his hand, black mist and serpents emerge from his skin. Shocked, he says, "Why is my hand like this?" He catches a glimpse of his face and gasps, "No, this can't be. I've been reborn, but as a demon." He grabs his head in disgust. This is the worthless race, the lowest of all beings, a race with no place in this world. I must kill them all. He starts trembling and even vomits from the overwhelming realization. The insect-like demons taunt him. "Do you really think you can hide behind the chief demon's blade and survive? Before you die, we'll torture you until you scream like a human." Enraged, one of them shouts, "Just wait, you weakling. You'll learn what it means to suffer," and charges at Gelong. Gelong replies coldly, "I don't know why I became like this," and strikes down the demon, throwing its corpse to the ground. The other demons look on in fear, unable to believe how the once weak newcomer changed so drastically. They still don't know he's actually Gelong. Without giving them more time, Gelong attacks again, killing them all instantly. Then, with a dark smile, he says, "Well, at least one good thing remains. I can still kill demons. Then there's nothing to complain about." His expression turns twisted, filled with murderous intent. The scene transitions to a beautiful waterfall. Gelong looks into the distance and murmurs, "It seems 5 years have passed since that deadly battle." He begins descending the mountain. "For now, I need a place to stay and find out what's happening in this world." While walking down, he sees a massive giant skull embedded in the mountainside and realizes, this is where I fought that giant demon 5 years ago. Looks like the current demonic tribes have made their homes inside this skull. He names this place the Land of the Roland Mountains. Soon, he finds a cave and nods to himself. If I remember correctly, I used to live here before. No demons around. It can serve as my hideout for now." Inside the cave, Gelong lights a fire and quietly carves small dolls, figures of the 4 heroes who died 5 years ago. Sitting before the flames, he recalls his past life, the happy memories, laughter, and friendship he once had. He murmurs, "If only I had done things differently back then," and throws the dolls into the fire, watching them burn as the scene fades out. He sat in one place, thinking about how many lives the demons must have destroyed completely in the last 5 years, just like what had happened to him in his youth. But now that he himself had become a demon, he could use that fact to destroy them from the inside. Suddenly, his head began to ache because the memories of the demon whose body he possessed started flashing before his eyes. He saw how much this demon had suffered, bullied by stronger demons, denied food, and treated like a slave, forced to do all their work. Then another memory surfaced. Demons had even opened their own schools now, and in one of them, a demon teacher was explaining the world to the students. A demon sitting on another weak demon asked, "Will we have theory class again tomorrow? We students have been waiting for practical lessons for so long." Hearing that, Ji Long got angry and muttered, "Studies. These demons are nothing but weapons of war created by the demon emperor. By nature, their only desire should be to kill." He then left his cave, thinking how, in just 5 years, the demons had become so civilized that they had spread their roots across the land. Looking out at the beautiful scenery, he said to himself, "I don't know the real reason, but everything that happened before, it was because I wasn't strong enough, not powerful enough to handle everything. So in this life, I'll have to become even stronger than in my previous one and fulfill my oath at any cost to erase you all from this world forever." Then the scene shifted to the rookie training camp, where many demons were training together. A red demon, the instructor, shouted to his students, "Have you all memorized the current condition of the Solace continent? Because I won't waste another half hour explaining this again." The crowd of demons included Ji Long, who thought to himself, 5 years after the demon emperor's death, under Shu's leadership, the demon clan created 5 royal courts and continued their war against humans. Both sides have won and lost battles, leaving things at a stalemate now. A map of the demon territories appeared. Each region had been renamed by demons themselves, showing how much they had developed in these 5 years. The teacher then grabbed a student's head and said, "Now we begin our next lesson, the innate seal. Today I'll explain some arts, like fire arts, healing arts. Those are basic. But unlike weak humans, every member of our demon clan is born with a seal. Whether human or demon, using that seal skill means using the seal power within their body. This seal power manifests as symbols, ranked from the weakest to the strongest, from the first seal to the 6th seal. As for the overseal, which is above the 6th seal, you rookies won't understand it anyway." He demonstrated his power, glowing with yellow light, and said, "I am a 2-seal expert. For you new 1-sealed demons, reaching even the 2nd seal will be extremely difficult." Ji Long looked at his hand, seeing his own seal, thinking, "So I'm a 1-sealed demon now, too. There are only a few serpent blood demons here, and I know little about their inherited seals. I'll need to find a chance to learn more." The teacher continued explaining, "Only when you reach the 2nd seal does your birth seal truly awaken. This is your ultimate power." Suddenly, another demon barged in and shoved Ji Long, shouting, "Back off!" This new demon was known to be a genius, already a 2-seal wielder. Looking down on Ji Long, he sneered, "I don't need a footrest today. Who allowed this slave to enter here?" Pulling Ji Long by the collar, he said, "You weakling, I assigned you work in the fields, didn't I? What are you doing here?" The other demons chimed in mockingly, "Yeah, who allowed entry?" The teacher then interrupted, "Silence! Someone kick this slave back into the mud pit." He took out a chain and said with a grin, "Your practical lesson begins now. In real battles, it's not just your seal power or type that decides victory. It's also your skill, knowledge, strategy, and adaptability. Now watch carefully and identify this creature's weakness." He removed the cover, and the students began murmuring excitedly. The genius demon smirked. Finally, something fun. He stepped back, shoving Ji Long aside. Before them stood a huge beast, a giant demon. The teacher explained, "This kind of demon was created by the demon emperor himself long ago, but it is foolish. It even attacks fellow demons. The emperor made 12 of them, and this is the last one remaining. It's a vile roar demon, very powerful. It could kill you rookies easily, but it has one weakness. Find it." The other demons looked cautiously, guessing maybe the head is its weakness. Another said, "No, maybe the heart." The teacher yelled, "Use your brains. Guessing won't help."
Meanwhile, Ji-Long thought, with my current strength, if I create too much chaos now, I'll only bring trouble. He quietly moved away. The vile roar demon suddenly grew angry and was about to attack everyone when the teacher restrained him, saying, "Calm down." The creature stared at him hatefully, and the teacher smirked. It's just a beast that knows only how to scream. Even though it wields the power of 3 seals, its only weakness, its neck, is under my control, so no matter how strong it is, it can't use its abilities. But then the vile roar demon gave a twisted smile and said, "Little brother, I can bet you're thinking that since my neck is restrained, you can finally relax. These new generations of demons, they're so easy to fool." The teacher froze. "What? You can speak?" The vile roar demon replied, "I've been pretending to be dumb for weeks, and I've finally completed my master's mission. Now I'll annihilate this rookie group from the Royal Court of Cruelty, and that's good news." He lifted his finger and easily shattered the chain that bound his neck, then with one swift motion sliced the teacher clean in 2. Chaos erupted. The vile roar demon charged at the rookie demons, tearing through everyone in his path. Those trying to flee were cut down instantly. It moved with terrifying speed. The genius demon gasped, "What the hell? Is this the true power of a 3-sealed demon? I need to escape now. I can't waste my secret weapon here." He turned to run, but collided with Ji-Long, falling to the ground. Furious, he shouted, "You idiot! Why are you blocking my way?" Ji-Long looked back at him, completely unfazed by the massacre around him. The vile roar demon charged toward them through the carnage. The genius demon thought, "Looks like I'll have to use my secret weapon." He grabbed a special arrow from his bag. Meanwhile, the vile roar demon noticed Ji-Long calmly holding the severed head of one of his fallen comrades. It thought, "My foolish brothers died long ago, and this new generation demon, he's never seen our kind before. There's no way he could know my weakness. Impossible. He must be bluffing." But Ji-Long gave him a cold, expressionless stare and said, "If you take even one more step, you'll die."
The vile roar demon sneered. "Ho-ho, seeing the way you're standing there so calmly, are you trying to make me take this fight seriously?" He glared at Gelong in anger and shouted, "Then watch closely. I'll show you my authority. Heavenly Demon Descent Authority." He leapt straight toward Gelong. Yet Gelong stood perfectly still, completely fearless, expression calm as if nothing in the world could bother him. But just as the vile roar demon was about to strike, he suddenly pulled back and flew off in another direction. While fleeing, the vile roar demon thought, "If this guy is merely pretending, then killing him will gain me nothing. But if he's actually some transformed veteran hiding his power, wouldn't my death become a joke? This is too risky with too little reward. Only a fool would take such a chance." The watching demons gasped. "Did the vile roar demon run away?" Gelong stretched his hand toward the wounded 2-sealed demon lying nearby. The demon scowled, thinking, "What's he doing? Trying to help me up?" and said coldly, "Don't think you can get close to me like this. I'm a 2-sealed genius. You're just a lowly slave. Do you really think I'll fall for such nonsense?" He extended his hand toward Gelong's, yet Gelong had something else in mind. In a flash, Gelong ripped off a piece of the demon's clothing and used it to casually wipe the blood off his own hand. The 2-sealed demon roared in anger, "You miserable peasant! You'll regret this!" The surrounding demons stared in shock, murmuring, "How did he do that? Did he really scare off the vile roar demon? What trick did he use?" Gelong said nothing and began walking away. Just then, a massive green demon stepped in his path, smirking. "Come on, admit your little trick honestly. Slaves like you are not allowed to hide things from the warrior class. Quietly, you should be thankful we've shown mercy. Don't push your luck, insect." Gelong smiled faintly and replied, "I once read a human manual called Fighting Against the Demon Clan. It said that roar demons can't see things that remain completely still. So all I had to do was stand motionless, and he couldn't even sense me." He said this while walking away with a calm smile. At that, several demons whispered nervously,
Don't speak that terrifying name again. Hearing it makes my legs tremble. Thank goodness he died 5 years ago. Now that we know his weakness, we could cut his throat ourselves and claim the reward." Gelong chuckled darkly. "But remember, Roar Demon's sight is extremely sharp. So go ahead, move forward, stand perfectly still, and die." A short distance away, the two-seal chief was watching. He grumbled, "So just by reading a few books he's gotten this arrogant, huh? There's no way I'll let that slide." 3 of his allies came running and asked, "Are you all right, Chief?" The chief smirked. "Of course I'm fine. I was just resting a bit, that's all. Don't think my legs trembled from fear." He then commanded, "Haven't you all been boasting that you possess secret techniques? Then today's the day to prove your strength. Go catch that boy and kill him in the most humiliating way possible." The 5 demons grinned viciously. "We'd been waiting for this moment. Watching him die will be satisfying." They left together to hunt Gelong. After chasing him for a while, they spotted Gelong calmly walking over some rooftops. "We've tracked him long enough," said one of them. "Let's finish it here." A fat demon exhaled a cloud of black mist from his stomach. "Now no one can interfere. I've completely filled this area with fog," he said. Soon the entire place was shrouded in thick, poisonous mist, but they couldn't see Gelong anywhere. "He's hiding," one demon muttered. "Fine, let him play hide and seek. His seal power is weak anyway. His poison has no real effect. Even if he bites us, it'll only sting a little." The group split up to search. Moments later, one demon called for help, and the others found him already dead. The fat one screamed, "That bastard snake bit my stomach! It burns!" His belly swelled grotesquely until it burst open, spreading a deadly venom that mixed with the mist. The poison burned their skin. Screams echoed through the fog. In the midst of it, Gelong stood unfazed, murmuring, "You pathetic 5, I'll use each of you to test my talent seal." He closed his eyes and activated it. Ancient serpent bloodline, thermal vision. Through the mist, glowing heat signatures of the demons appeared. "So if I channel seal power into my eyes, I can see even in darkness," he thought. Then he whispered, "Ancient serpent bloodline, serpent strike." 2 spectral snakes shot from his hands, tearing through 2 demons instantly. "So that's it. If I gather seal power in my hands, I can shape it into serpent-like attacks." The 2 slain demons collapsed, smoking with venom. One of the survivors shouted, "He killed 4th and 5th. 2nd's eyes aren't responding either." Hidden in the mist, Gelong smirked. "Compared to my past life, this ancient serpent bloodline gives me far more room to maneuver in battle. Not bad at all." The last 2 demons prepared to fight. The red one transformed his arm into a blade-shaped axe, slicing away the poisonous fog. "You without your filthy mist are nothing against me," he yelled. The blue demon pointed at Gelong and snarked, "Hey, poisonous snake, my brother's angry now. You're finished." The red demon rushed forward, attacking repeatedly, but Gelong was far too fast. Each of his blows missed as Gelong effortlessly slipped past every strike. Eventually, tired of the game, Gelong thrust his fist forward. His hand pierced straight through the red demon's chest. The demon fell lifeless to the ground. The last blue demon trembled violently. "Please, don't kill me. I surrender," he begged. Gelong stared coldly. "Give me one reason not to kill you." "I never wanted to hurt you," the blue demon stammered. "It was the 2-seal genius's order. I didn't dare disobey him. Please, I'll show you his secret cave. He's hiding a great treasure there." Gelong thought, "If I increase my mountain of corpses and sea of blood level, I can reach the 2nd seal and awaken my authority. And yes, the ancient serpent bloodline's authority is called Serpent's Molt, which requires offering rare treasures in exchange for evolution." He nodded slightly and followed the blue demon. The demon said, "We're almost there. The blondie's treasure is hidden behind this waterfall. You can go straight in." They entered the cave, but Gelong suddenly sensed something off. He grabbed the blue demon by the throat and pulled him in front of him, just as a rain of arrows shot out from the darkness, striking the demon instead. The blue demon died instantly. Gelong muttered, "Thanks," dropped the corpse, and continued deeper into the cave. The scene cut to a massive skull of a giant. A messenger demon rushed in, shouting, "Commander, the vile roar demon caused chaos in rookie training camp number 2, but then ran away in fear of a mere low-ranked serpent demon." The commander, a tall female demon, smiled wickedly. "A lowly serpent demon, you say? Now this sounds interesting." Her title appeared, Commander of the Land of the Round Mountain, Bone Crusher. Back in the cave, Gelong held a small box in his hands. So this was the only thing they hid inside such a big cave, he wondered, and opened it. At that moment, the injured two-sealed chief appeared, snatched the box, and yelled, "How dare you touch my property!" He prepared to kick Gelong, but Gelong dodged and countered with a kick to the leg. The demon screamed, "Damn it, my leg!" as he stumbled back. Shocked, he thought, "What the hell? This boy, he's completely different now. No wonder those 5 couldn't defeat him." He grimaced and muttered, "I can't fight him head on. This cave is too narrow and my wound hasn't healed yet." Activating a skill, he shouted, "Talent Seal, Rock Feather Armor," and tried to fly away. But Gelong leapt after him, eyes filled with cold fury. "The Bird Demon clan, they are the most deserving of death," he growled, grabbing the demon by the neck mid-air and dragging him back down violently. While dragging the two-sealed demon downward, Gelong punched him repeatedly, each blow hitting harder than the last. Then he spun the demon toward himself and struck again. But the two-sealed demon retaliated with a furious kick so strong that Gelong was sent flying far across the ground, sliding across the surface of a large lake. The demon laughed mockingly. "I can't believe you fell right into the lake of bitterness. Your luck couldn't be worse." And then the reason for his words became clear. From the lake's depths, countless strange, centipede-like creatures, half scorpions, half worms, rose up and attacked Gelong from all directions, biting into his body. The demon smirked, saying, "Those are the bloodthirsty, bitter Yuan Shan worms. Even their leftover offspring made this lethal lake what it is. If the original demon Yuan Shan were still alive, we'd have conquered the humans completely by now." He began walking away, leaving Gelong surrounded. Gelong's situation grew dire. The creatures bit deeper, drawing blood from every wound. But with sheer resolve, he bit through one creature near his face, freeing a hand, and unleashed a wave of serpents from his arm, slashing through the swarm. The worms were torn apart instantly. The distant demon froze in shock. "By the abyss, what power!" But then he laughed scornfully. "So what if you're strong? That strength is born of farming labor, nothing more." Gelong's eyes darkened. He summoned even more serpents, flooding the lake surface and tearing through the remaining worms. The two-sealed demon, enjoying the spectacle, taunted, "Hey, filthy farmer, at this pace you can't even lift hot manure." The swarm intensified, burning with venom, yet Gelong pressed on. "Slower, much slower," the demon mocked. "You stinking farmer, your snakes are fit only to plow soil." Gelong's exhaustion was visible, and the demon grinned with sadistic pleasure. "I'll just wait until your strength runs dry, until you writhe in agony and die right before my eyes, you dung-covered peasant." Next, the surviving worms merged together into a sphere, trapping Gelong inside. But Gelong held nothing back. He released every serpent at once, shredding the mass to pieces. The lake exploded with motion. One serpent then darted straight at the two-sealed demon, cutting past his face before he even realized it. The demon staggered back, stunned. How is his speed still increasing? Standing in the blood-drenched lake, surrounded by corpses of the Yuan Shan worms, Gelong spoke coldly. "Even though I slew them all at once, their power was weak, but it's enough to push me to the second seal, and that's all I need to deal with you, filthy bird." An evil smile spread across his face. Before you even blink, your head will already be gone. The demon stepped back nervously. You're insane. You're talking nonsense. But Jilong didn't stop. He attacked at terrifying speed. How can he be this fast? He gasped. Desperate, he pulled out his hidden weapon, a powerful bow and arrow. You've underestimated me. Let's see you handle this. Ferocious thunder arrow, he shouted as he fired, lightning streaking toward Jilong. This is a gift from His Majesty, Demon King Shu, he cried. I received it long ago when I lived by the sea with my sister. Perhaps fate intended me to use it now. Jilong was about to pierce the demon's eye when the arrow struck his abdomen. Thunder exploded across his body, arcs of lightning surging everywhere. What's happening to me? He gasped. His serpents emerged instinctively, forming a circular barrier around him as he sank beneath the lake. The two sealed demons stood at the edge, panting. Is it done? Has the ferocious thunder arrow finished him? Just then, his sister ran toward him, breathless. Brother, are you all right? I followed the trail of scattered feathers and feared something had happened to you. He puffed his chest proudly, showing the small box in his hand. Everything's fine, little sister. I've dealt with the thief who wanted to steal our belongings. He looked down at the box, only to realize it wasn't treasure at all, but medicine for his sister's injured eye. I'll protect this with my life, he said softly. Deep underwater, Jilong floated motionless, surrounded by serpents, electricity crackling violently around him. He thought, that thunder arrow of King Shu's hit me dead on, but as far as I know, it shouldn't cause a body transformation. So what's happening to me? The storm within him raged. His lightning and serpents merged, energy spiraling into an endless symbol of power. Light filled the lake. I see now, he whispered, as a purple lightning erupted from his body. Tempted by the rare gift of the ferocious thunder arrow, my body has awakened the hidden power locked within. What a stubborn serpent I am. His power surged dramatically, lightning fused with serpentine force, igniting a massive serpent-shedding explosion that illuminated the entire lake. Above the surface, the demon sighed with relief. It's finally quiet. He must have drowned. He sat beside his sister, who gently cleaned the blood from his face. At last I can rest, he murmured. But then the sky darkened. Lightning flashed again, brighter and wilder than before. Rain poured in sheets. The siblings turned to leave when the bolts shifted color, no longer golden, but dark violet. The demon froze. That's violent dark thunder. Suddenly, the lake erupted. The brother shielded his sister with his wings as waves surged toward them. When the lightning struck, the sister whispered fearfully, something came out of the water. The brother looked ahead. What? Where? To there, she stammered, pointing forward. They turned and saw a silhouette amid the storm. A stone-like figure stood where the lightning struck, with thunder coiling around it like living serpents. The statue cracked, glowing from within. The sister gasped in terror. No, it can't be. For there stood Jilong, completely transformed, engulfed in dark thunder, eyes burning like twin storms.
The demon brother pushed his sister behind him protectively. Both stood frozen in fear as the storm of black lightning raged before them. From the heart of that thunderous darkness, Gaelong emerged, fully transformed. His entire body shone with dark violet lightning. His eyes burned like cold fire. I've made you wait far too long for your death, he said in a low, thunderous voice. Then he raised his hand, arcs of lightning crawling across his skin, and declared, Ferocious Thunder Body. Now Gaelong looked more terrifying than ever, a living storm of demonic energy. The demon brother charged at him, yelling, You filthy farmer! Don't think you're something special! But Gaelong barely moved. He sidestepped each strike with fluid calm, like a phantom walking through lightning. The demon attacked again and again, but Gaelong was far too powerful now. In an instant, Gaelong vanished from in front of him, appearing behind the demon. You're too slow,
he said coldly, slicing through his opponent's wing. Feathers burst into the air as the demon fell screaming into the lake. Gaelong whispered, "This won't do. Fighting trash like you won't help me test my true ability." The sister cried out and ran to her fallen brother. He gasped weakly, "If only I were stronger." Then his eyes hardened. "He'll kill me, and then kill my sister too." Driven by rage and desperation, golden light began bursting from his body. He shouted, and the whole sky turned bright with his awakening power. Gaelong's eyes gleamed. "Finally, now it begins." The brother spread his glowing wings and thundered, "Power of the rock feather, feather of heaven's scorn." Behind him, his sister arrived, thrilled yet tearful. "Little brother, you finally awakened your power," she said. "Then let me fight beside you. I've been a burden all my life, but not this time." Her eyes flashed red as she invoked her magic. "Demonic control eye, beast summoning." From the lake's depths rose an enormous, monstrous worm, a creature bound by her will. The three, the brother, sister, and their summoned beast, faced Gaelong together. The siblings roared in unison, their powers surging. The brother fired a barrage, volley of heaven's scorn arrows. Golden shafts tore through the air, but Gaelong's demonic aura pulsed violently. He smiled, eyes gleaming. "Let's see if you can even touch me." He shot forward like pure lightning. The arrows screamed past him, none finding their mark. In one smooth motion, Gaelong appeared before the brother and drove a kick straight into his face. The demon soared backward, crashing into the ground. The summoned beast lunged, its jaws wide, trying to devour Gaelong whole. "Pathetic," Gaelong muttered, raising his arm. "Phantom thunder, serpent's bite." A storm of serpent-shaped lightning shot from his hands, vaporizing the enormous monster in one explosive strike. Its corpse fell uselessly at his feet. But before Gaelong could react, a golden flash erupted from behind the dead creature. The brother had hidden there, charging another attack. "So he used the beast's corpse as a shield," Gaelong said quietly, "and waited for the perfect ambush. Clever." He braced himself, blocking the first wave with his bare hands, but the blast was immensely powerful. The sister screamed, "Demonic control eye, gaze of reinforcement," and channeled her magic into her brother. The brother roared, "Reinforcement, feather of the desolate sky." His light expanded to blinding levels, and the impact hurled Gaelong across the field. Panting, the demon laughed, his energies dropping fast. "He's finished. You can't block this one." But then the storm grew silent. Gaelong lifted his gaze, his arm trembling with power. "You're strong," he said calmly. "I'll give you that. But now I've no choice left." He clenched his fists and yelled, "Ferocious thunder! Demonic thunderclaw!" A violent thundercrack split the world apart. Purple energy flashed across the battlefield, slicing through the golden glow like paper. In the blink of an eye, the brother's transformed form shattered. He dropped lifelessly beside his sister. Gasping and broken, he whispered, "Take this and run." His sister sobbed, "I can't leave you." He tried to hand her a small bag, but before he could let go, Gaelong stepped forward, placing his foot on the demon's trembling hand. The bag slipped open, revealing a human eye inside. The wounded demon looked up in dread. "Please, I beg you, give that back. My sister's illness. She can only survive by consuming the freshly removed eyes of humans. Without them, she'll go blind." Gaelong stood silently over them. "That," he said coldly, "could easily be healed by a basic restoration spell. But I suppose finding a healer is harder than finding human misery." His eyes darkened. "Because of you, countless innocents have lost their sight." The sister wept, raising her brother's limp body. "We don't want the eyes anymore. If you want them, take them. Just spare us." The storm faded into silence. Gaelong stood under a lone tree bearing red and green apples. He plucked one, looking at the siblings quietly. "When you took those human eyes, did they also beg you for their lives?" The demons froze, confused and frightened. What are you saying? Answer me, Gaelong said softly, washing the apple in the lake. Yes or no? The siblings exchanged a hollow look. The sister whispered, I don't remember. Gaelong sighed heavily. I see. So I was expecting too much. Civilization, emotion, they changed nothing. The demon clan today is no different than it was before. He took a hard bite of the apple. The only difference is, back then you hurt people for fun. Now you hurt them for gain. He looked away, thinking grimly. They treat life like weeds, believing it's their right to trample others if it suits them. Clenching his hand, lightning flickered faintly between his fingers. This ferocious thunder body I gained. It's my greatest achievement yet. But after a moment he let his form relax. Still, it consumes far too much seal power. For now, I can't use it freely. Elsewhere, 2 demons discovered the corpses of the siblings. Chief, the bodies are here. Come take a look. A yellow-haired demon frowned. The way they died, I doubt it's unrelated to that strange thunderstorm earlier. Their superior, a female demon, stepped forward, studying the scene. Their heads burned off by lightning in one strike. Precise, cruel, efficient. A guest has entered my territory uninvited. Hidden in the shadows nearby, Gaelong watched silently. The female chief turned to leave, her subordinates following. From now on, I'll personally investigate the mysterious deaths of every so-called genius in this land, one by one. Moments later, Gaelong appeared again, disguised as a simple farmer searching for fruit trees. The female chief spotted him. Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? Gaelong smiled politely. Just looking for some good fruits to plant near my home. She raised an eyebrow, smirking. Ah, I see. You're the one who supposedly scared off a roar demon, aren't you? She stepped closer and shoved him lightly. But right now, something more interesting has my attention. Pressing one foot against Gaelong's chest, she leaned down close, her breath brushing his face. Lately, she whispered, I've had a craving for fruit pie, so you'd better find me something delicious soon, or else I'll make you my next dish. Her smile curved into a predatory grin.
After saying that, the Lady Demon Chief and her 2 slave demons left the area. Gaelong, still hidden, thought to himself, even from that brief clash, I could feel the weight of her seal power. Adjusting his wrist, he murmured, her seal power is at the 4th seal level, and it's heavy, stable, and extremely defensive. It's obvious she's a defense-type demon, and such opponents shouldn't be underestimated. He clenched a fist as a faint smile crossed his face. For now, I'll consider myself a speed-type demon. An image flashed in his mind. I can overpower strength-type opponents easily, but when facing someone skilled in defense, my attacks lose effectiveness. Then he pictured the Lady Demon again. Pity, if I could have killed that 4th seal demoness, my Mountain of Corpses and Sea of Blood ability would have advanced far more. Muttering, Gaelong walked deeper into the forest. His mind, however, kept spinning. Our difference isn't just in seal-type advantage, he thought. Her overall power is far greater, and worst of all, I don't yet know her weakness, which means my chances of winning are almost 0. Suddenly, his expression sharpened into a devilish grin. But how can I possibly suppress this burning desire to kill her? The scene shifted to the Lady Demon's home, a hall shaped from the skull of a giant demon. She sat upon a throne, flipping through glowing books inscribed with magical seals. No, not this one. Mountain of Corpses and Sea of Blood. It doesn't respond either, she murmured, elegantly closing the tome. The shot cut again, to Gaelong now climbing a steep mountain. I need to quietly find a way to raise my power before her suspicions grow, he said. At the very least, I must become strong enough to kill her in one surprise strike. Further ahead, 2 demons were sneaking away carrying several stolen sacks. Careful, one whispered, if the commander finds out we're dead.
Relax, the other laughed. This place is too secret. The commander will never find it. Hidden underwater in the nearby lake, Jilong watched them. Emerging silently near a rock, he smirked. A secret passage. I can use them to easily increase my level. The view shifted to a vast cave guarded by demons. When Jilong approached, one guard blocked his path. "Which filthy hole did you crawl out of, trash? Get lost. Anyone without a black market token is forbidden from entering." Jilong ignored him and walked straight in, slipping past, while the crowd inside grew fully aware of his presence. Once in, he noticed countless demons trading shady goods, some selling seal power supplements, others human hearts. Nearby, a token dropped into the fire pit. Its faint glow revealed a symbol of authority. Two passing demons whispered, "So, you finally made it through the screening and earned a token? Yeah, it wasn't easy. It reminds me of the good old days in the land of the Round Mountain, when we could buy living humans anytime we wanted. Now everything's restricted, even byproducts are banned." Jilong silently listened. His gaze caught a dealer selling humans locked in chains. "Gentlemen," the seller shouted, "fresh stock today. Except for the first one, the rest have no eyes, so the price is fair." Behind the cages stood a frightened man and two children. A wolf-faced demon growled, "You're showing us this useless junk? You think you can fool us?" Another demon behind muttered, "I heard about a brother-sister pair who take human eyes while their victims are still alive. That greedy trader probably bought from them." The dealer stammered, "Don't be hasty. I'll sell this batch to you for almost nothing." At that point, Jilong stepped forward. "I'll take them all." The seller turned around, startled, then sneered, "You? Do you even have money? You don't look like you could afford a scrap of meat." Jilong replied calmly, "I have this, vicious thunder arrow. I'd like to make a trade. If you feel it's not worth it, pretend I never spoke." The greedy eyes widened. "Wait, vicious thunder arrow? Shh, come closer. Are you talking about the secret weapon of that golden-haired demon boy?" He waved off his helpers. "Everyone else, move out. Let me talk to this man alone." As the group left, the smallest child dropped a bag behind him, too scared to notice. Once they were alone, the seller whispered, "You stole that weapon, didn't you? And now you're trying to sell it before its owner comes looking for you. Smart move. You've come to the right place." Jilong smirked faintly. "You're right." Moments later, the door closed silently behind them. Inside, Jilong did what he always did best. Calmly, methodically, and without mercy, he killed every demon in that den, one by one. When the deed was done, he stepped out quietly. Outside, the four captive humans trembled, guarded by a crocodile-like demon who hissed, "No noise, stay silent, or I'll cut your tongues and grill them for dinner." But he never saw death coming. Jilong's silhouette flashed, and with a single slap, the crocodile demon collapsed, lifeless. One of the children, traumatized, began crying softly. Jilong ignored the shock, murmuring, "At least my new power performs well," then sighed darkly, "But the count, one more round is complete." He moved toward the terrified little girl. She backed away and whispered through tears, "A demon, the demon of demons." Jilong's face fell into calm sadness. "Unfortunately," he said, "when the count increases this early, the chance of triggering the day of happiness is nearly zero." He raised his hand, trying to activate that authority, but it failed. Jilong sighed, then approached the two children he'd rescued. The boy, whose bag had dropped earlier, picked it up again, smiling nervously as Jilong handed it to him. "Follow me," Jilong said. The little girl asked timidly, "Why are you helping us demons in prison? Do you plan to take that rope?" Jilong shook his head, untying them all. "I don't like seeing humans in chains." Then he pressed his hands over the two adults who had fainted, using a healing ability to mend their injuries. Relief washed over their faces. Finally, he crouched and healed the children, too. The small girl looked up at him, eyes still wet. "Why are you saving us? You're a demon, too." Jilong smiled faintly.
because I want to save them."
Gilong sat down in silence, lost in thought, while everyone around him stared quietly at him. Then the little girl suddenly made a silly face and said, "Why did you all go quiet like that? Oh, I know. I'll tell you a joke." She smiled brightly and began, "During the Harvest God Festival in Asenia City, it was announced that every second drink would be half price. So a man heard the news and rushed to the tavern owner, saying, 'Then give me the second drink right away.'" As the confused silence followed, she pouted. "You didn't get it? Well, those three people sitting there looked the same after hearing it." Strangely enough, Gilong chuckled. The others whispered, "He actually laughed at that dumb joke? Maybe demons have a different sense of humor." The girl's eyes teared up as she sniffled, "You're the only one who understands my jokes." But suddenly, Gilong's expression darkened, and serpents of lightning burst from his arms, striking at the humans. Terror filled the air. The little girl screamed in fear. Gilong stood silently and said coldly, "Humans, you're all such fools." One of the men shouted back, "No matter what mask a demon wears, he'll always be evil inside." Before he could speak further, a serpent bite silenced him forever. Gilong's mouth curled into an evil smile. "Now I'll give you all a painful death. This is what happens when you trust a demon. You'll remember this for the rest of your lives." Only the little girl remained conscious as Gilong turned toward her. "What are you thinking? Don't tell me you're unhappy about dying from poison," he said coldly. But through her tears, she whispered, "I know you don't want to kill us. You only poisoned us enough to make us faint, because someone who plans to kill never tells people to remember something in the future. You just want us to be careful of demons next time." Gilong paused. "How can you say that with such confidence?" The girl cried and said, "Because you're a good demon, and I trust you." Gilong looked around. Indeed, no one was dead, just unconscious. After a long silence, he asked, "So what is it you want now?" The girl looked up. "I want to come with you." Gilong frowned. "I don't need unnecessary burdens." She stood, determination on her face. "I'm a swordsmith. I won't be a burden. My name is Sula. What's yours?" Gilong blinked. Sula. Something in that name stirred an old memory. "Wait, are you Alexios's granddaughter?" Sula perked up. "You knew my grandfather?" Gilong nodded slowly, placing his hand against his forehead. "Yes, I was his acquaintance when I was 17, maybe 18. You were just a toddler back then. I once held you in my arms." The scene changed, a flashback. A forge glowed bright. The old man, Alexios, hammered metal and said, "There are two kinds of people for whom I never forge swords. First, those who harm their own kin, and second, those who shed innocent blood." Gilong appeared before him, younger. Alexios glared. "And you've done both. Even after 10 years, I can still feel the blood of those you killed. Leave. There's no place for someone like you here." Gilong replied, "I was sent by Sister Thea. She said you're the most skilled blacksmith alive, and that you're forging a weapon from scythe steel, unlike anything ever made." Alexios's tone shifted slightly. "Sister Thea, from the sect of mercy, so you follow her teachings." Gilong glanced aside. "I do my best." Alexios sighed. "Then perhaps she saw some goodness in you. If she trusts you, I suppose I will too. Besides, I owe her a favor, and I'll repay it with this masterpiece of a sword."
Gelong held out a small statue. Here, this is a statue of the god of mercy. I want it built into the sword's guard. And how long until it's complete? The old man smiled faintly. Be patient, boy. A masterpiece isn't forged in a day. But if you're that impatient, come now and then to check the progress. He turned the statue in his hand, examining it. Ah, yes, my son's wife is expecting. I must visit the learned elder in the village to prepare a birth blessing. The memory blurred. The setting changed to a snowy battlefield. Gelong walked through desolation, houses burned, blood frozen on the ground. He saw Alexios by a ruined wall, holding his granddaughter close. A sword gleamed near the doorway. "Where's my sword?" Gelong asked. The old man pointed weakly. "There, near the door. Take it yourself." Gelong crouched down, reading the inscription. "Sula." Alexios smiled faintly. "Yes, that's my granddaughter's name, and now it's the name of your sword." Gelong nodded slowly, glancing sideways. "And her parents?" The old man's face fell. "They're gone. Monsters came. Demons, they called themselves. They killed everyone. They destroyed our village." Gelong's eyes darkened. They called themselves demons. Alexios looked up sharply. "You've met them, haven't you? Did they kill Sister Thea and your lover, too?" Gelong covered his face with a trembling hand. "Yes, they killed everyone." The old man's expression softened. He handed little Sula to Gelong. "Take her. Protect her." Gelong nodded. "I'll pray your life is free of pain, and that you die peacefully." As he turned to leave, Alexios called out faintly, "Should I change the sword's hilt guard?" But before Gelong could answer, screams echoed in the distance. Shadows descended, more demons ripping through the village. Gelong's rage boiled to the surface. He grabbed the sword named Sula, stepped forward, and stood alone against the horde. "Take the child and get away from here," he shouted. Then he raised the sword. "As for me, I'll make every one of you suffer until death, so that no demon ever dare harm the innocent again." He charged into them alone. Lightning crackled as the blade cleaved flesh and bone. The snow turned crimson. The demons fell one after another, and when the noise finally stopped, Gelong stood atop a mountain of their corpses, roaring, "I won't stop until every last one of you is gone."